Hello guys, once again, welcome to my channel. It's always amazing to have you here. If you are a regular watcher of this channel, thank you for coming back. If you're a subscriber, thank you for always being there. If you are new to this channel, thank you for coming. Today we are getting deep, understanding what a project manager does. What is their role? What do they really do? So many people have different mindset, different understanding of what a project manager's role is like. They just think maybe sitting there and giving updates, attending meetings. No, there is more to that. And I want to make sure that I break down so that we get to understand what a project manager does, because it is not just important to managers, it is not just important to leaders, it is also important to everyone, because it helps you organize better, it helps you know how to manage your personal projects. And we are getting deep into this. You need to understand that there is more to this. Let me give you a very simple example before we get deep into this. Imagine you are organizing a school festival. You are not doing everything alone, but you as a project manager, you are making sure that everyone knows exactly what they are doing. The schedules are maintained, their to-do lists are there, the cost, the budget, everything is intact. That is what project management is, and that is project management in action. Let's get deep into this so that you can understand what does a project manager really does and how you can lead your teams and your personal projects better. Now, as we move deep, I need you to understand some key rules that project managers perform, they carry out to make sure that their projects are successfully handled. The first rule is planning and scheduling. Project managers make sure that the schedule is well outlined, resources are well planned, things are put in order. What are we doing? Who is doing this? And who is responsible for this? This is done better by using the RACI matrix. If you understand the RACI matrix, you will know that there is someone who is responsible, there is someone who is accountable, there is someone that we need to consult, and there is another person that we need to inform. If you want to get more information about the RACI matrix, check the description box and there is a link there that is going to give you a proper explanation of what the RACI matrix looks like. Yes, that is the first thing that the project manager does. The second thing is team coordination. A project manager makes sure that this person is doing what he or she is supposed to do at the right time, at the right position, and exactly when it is needed. That is team communication. Team coordination, sorry. You make sure that everything is put in place. That is what the project manager does. The next thing is resource management. All right, we are doing a construction project. All right, we are building a software. What do we need? What are the resources? The project manager makes sure that all those things are put in place. You have to make sure that the resources that are needed are intact. That is the role of a project manager. The next role is risk management. There is a lot of risks in so many projects. What if something goes down? Oh yes, the project manager is held responsible for that. You need to make sure that you analyze your risks. You know which one you are prioritizing. Which risk is high, which one is medium, which one is low. If you don't prioritize these risks and provide solutions for them, it is going to hurt your projects. I need you to understand some very important skills that project managers use to make sure that they achieve this. It is very necessary in all their projects. And these skills are either going to break your project or they are going to lift your project up. These are not just common skills. They are essential skills that you have to understand. You need to understand as a project manager and as a leader. The first skill is communication. Communication is your number one skill. You are going to spend 80% of your time communicating to your stakeholders. As a project manager, you might be asking, who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is anyone that can affect or impact your project, be it a positive or a negative way. As long as they can have an impact in your project, that is a stakeholder. So you're going to spend time communicating to them, your team members, every other person, your vendors, your clients, whoever you're communicating with. You need to make sure that there is proper communication. The next thing is organization. You need to be organized. You need to put things in place where they are supposed to be. You need to document your things. That is a skill that you need to function as a project manager. The next one is leadership. Oh yes, you need to demonstrate leadership. Leadership is not about control. It's not telling people what to do, because people are going to notice it. And people don't follow commands. They follow where the energy is. They follow leadership. They follow who is present. That person that is going to show them that no matter how fast, no matter how deep, we have to move in. I'm there with you. That is leadership. The next key is problem solving. Problem solving is very important. In those moments of chaos, in those moments of pressure, what do you do as a project leader? What do? You need to step down, come up with solutions, move people from the point of chaos to a point of clarity. That is a powerful skill that you need. Once you're able to implement all these skills, you realize that there is a shift in the way you manage your projects, in the way you do things. And the outcome is going to be massive. It's going to be success. It's going to be saving income, saving energy, saving your team from burnout. At this point, I need you to understand something. I need you to see for yourself that there is more into project management. There is more. As a project manager, you have to perform. You have to lead. You have to manage emotions. You need to communicate. And that is not just something that you end up and just start doing it. It's something that you practice. And if you build the right habits, you are going to understand this the right way. The misconception that is just about telling people what to do, that is what so many people think, that project management is just giving people what to do. No, you have to support people. You have to assign responsibilities. You need to start changing that mindset from just telling people what to do to becoming a true leader. There is also another misconception that it is just paperwork. Oh, paperwork? That is not it. Project management has more to do with just paperwork. Paperwork is just like 2% of everything that you have to do, because without people, your projects are not going to be carried out the right way. Without proper leadership, without proper communication, without effective management, risk analysis, all those things that I've mentioned here, there is no way you're going to become an effective leader. And the truth is, that can be learned. It is easier for you to learn these things if you plan it out. You build a roadmap, break it down, assign it to yourself. That is already leadership. That is already project management in action. And if anything I've shared with you today resonated, if it sparked a thought, a feeling, or just a question, then hit that subscribe button. My promise to you is to consistently bring you real, honest, and valuable content that helps you figure out project management one conversation at a time. Thank you for being here.